Crafter, welcome to this week's Crochet Friday. Today I'm going to show you how we can do a hybrid stitch that's a combination of Tunisian crochet techniques and just normal crochet stitches. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do this with a double crochet stitch and a half double crochet stitch, but the double crochet method is the same concept that we will use for doing triples or quadruple stitches if we yarn over multiple times. So let's first learn how to do this double crochet Tunisian hybrid stitch. First of all, you're going to want to do some rows of Tunisian crochet. Here I've just done 4 rows of Tunisian simple stitch. And this next row is the one where I'm going to do the hybrid technique. So first of all, since I'm doing double crochet, I'm going to want to chain up 2, because we're going to have some height from the double crochet. And the idea here is we're going to work double crochet across, but leave a loop from each stitch on our hook, and then we'll work a return pass of Tunisian crochet. So really simple. To start off, it's going to be just like a normal double crochet. We're going to yarn over and insert our hook into the next stitch. Now we're going to insert it like we're doing a Tunisian simple stitch, where we find the next vertical bar and just come underneath it from right to left. If you were doing a knit stitch, you could go in the knit way where you go all the way through to the back of the fabric, but I'm just going to show you how I do it with the Tunisian simple stitch. So we've yarned over, inserted under our hook, and now we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, but now we're going to stop. Normally we would yarn over and pull through these 2 to finish off the stitch, and we would keep working across to the left, but we want to leave loops on our hook to be able to do a return pass. So we're not going to do that final yarn over and pull through 2. Let me show you again. Yarn over, insert under our next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and stop. One more time. Yarn over, insert into our next spot, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and stop. So what you'll notice is we have a loop on our hook for every stitch, and we're counting our chain 2 at the beginning as kind of a stitch. That's just to get us up that height. So we've got a loop from the chain 2, and then from each of those 3 double crochet stitches we did, we have a loop left on our hook. So I'm going to repeat this all the way to the very end, and then I'll show you how we work the return pass. Alright, so I've worked these double crochet across. You can kind of see how that looks different there than our Tunisian simple stitches. And now I'm going to work a return pass. And the good news is the return pass for the double crochet and anything bigger than a double crochet, so like a treble or a quadruple, we're going to do just a normal Tunisian return pass. So to do that, I'm going to yarn over and pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and keep pulling through 2 loops until I get down to just 1 loop left on my hook. And we'll end up with something that looks about like this. So I'll do a few more rows of Tunisian simple stitch so you can see how it looks kind of together. But that's a way where we can work Tunisian stitches and normal crochet stitches, but still be able to keep just working that forward pass, return pass method like with Tunisian crochet. So here's a look at this technique with a bit of Tunisian crochet on either side of it. Hopefully you can see this here. It's this row right here that just kind of adds in that different texture in the middle of your working. And like I said, you don't have to do just Tunisian simple stitch. You could do this with the knit stitch or the purl stitch. Just however you enter to do any of those Tunisian stitches is how you will insert your hook when you work that hybrid row. So I'll do a couple rows of knit stitch, and then I'll show you a treble crochet in the knit stitch so you can see how that looks as well. So here I've done a few rows of knit stitch. Let me show you doing a treble crochet with this hybrid method. So for a double crochet, we chain 2. For a treble crochet or a triple crochet, also I'm using US terminology, we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then for our treble crochet, we need to yarn over twice. And then when I insert into my first spot, I'm going to insert like I would for a Tunisian knit stitch, where I go underneath that bar and all the way out through the back, yarn over, and pick up my loop. So that's how we keep it with the knit look. We just insert like we would for a Tunisian knit stitch. And then to finish off the treble, we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then stop. So we've got a loop on here from our chains and a loop on here from our treble. And we're not going to do that third yarn over, pull through 2. And we'll just repeat this process on down. Yarn over twice, insert our stitch all the way through to the back, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and stop. One more time, yarn over twice, insert from front to back, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and stop. So you can see we're creating our treble stitches, and we're also leaving a loop from each stitch on our hook for working the return pass. Let me finish this off and then I'll show you how we can work a half double crochet with this method. Alright, so here's a look at the knit stitch with a treble hybrid stitch done in the between, and then some more knit stitches. You might notice that this is a little warpy on the side. That's just because I tend to do my Tunisian knit stitches way tight. I need to work on my tension, and so my tension for these stitches is looser, whereas this is tighter, so that's why it's just bowing a little bit. But if you work with your tension, maybe do fewer chains as your starting chain, then you can work that out. But that's what it looks like. I think it's just really fun and neat to incorporate that different texture. It's kind of a more open pillar texture in the midst of the tight knit stitch. But the last thing I'm going to show you is how to do a half double crochet hybrid Tunisian stitch. And this is going to be a little bit different because when we do this stitch, we need to leave loops on the hook so we can work the Tunisian return pass. But the issue is with this stitch, we normally yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, and then pull through everything. So we're going to end up with some extra loops on our hook, and we're going to have to change up our return pass just a little bit. But it's not going to be too hard, so let's jump into this. So first thing we want to do is make a chain. I'm going to do 1 because I think that's about how tall mine will be. You might need to play around depending on your tension with how many stitches you need to do, whether you need to do 1 chain or 2 chain to start. But we're going to start off doing a half double crochet like normal. We're going to yarn over, insert our hook, and I'm just going to insert like a Tunisian simple stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Now normally to finish this off, we would yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, but we're not going to do that. We're going to basically end up with 2 loops from every stitch on our hook, and that's what's different about the half double crochet hybrid stitch. So that's our first one, that's all we're going to do. Go to the next one, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and stop. Again, we added 2 more loops from that 1 stitch. So yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and stop. We're going to work this all the way until the end. Alright, so here we are at the end, and we've got a lot of loops on our hook. So what we're going to do is we're going to treat these pairs of loops as if they are 1 loop. So normally on the return pass, we yarn over and pull through 1 loop. This time we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, and that's going to finish off that first half double crochet. Then what we would normally do is yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, all the way across. This time we're going to yarn over and pull through 3. So yarn over and pull through 3 loops. And that finishes off our second half double crochet stitch there. Yarn over, pull through 3. Yarn over, pull through 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through 3. 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 Now we're going to get to a point where we get back to the beginning because remember, our chain only had 1 loop. So we're going to do at the very end a yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And that creates this kind of funky, thicker stitch. And what you might notice about the half double crochet hybrid is with, the double crochet down here or the triple crochet right here, they kind of look like they're stitches, but the half double crochet doesn't really, and that's just because of the nature of the stitch. So if we want to work another row of just regular Tunisian crochet, we're going to chain 1, and again, look for those upright posts, insert our hook, pull up a loop, set our hook, pull up a loop. We're going to work it normal, but there's kind of going to be extra loops there, so you just got to watch out for those. Insert, pull up a loop. And what you'll see is instead of having the normal V's kind of facing horizontally like we get with a Tunisian simple stitch, we can set it up with these kind of vertical little mini bars in between the post of our stitches. I finish going down this row, and then I'll do a couple more rows of Tunisian simple stitch so you can see how this looks if you were to use it in a project. So here we go. I've done a few more rows of Tunisian simple stitch after that half double crochet hybrid row. You can see it right in there how that looks very different than the Tunisian simple stitch because it doesn't have those horizontal bars. It ends up with a little vertical bar in between. And now that I think about this, this might actually be a Tunisian stitch. I'll do a little bit of research and find out, but I included it in this video because it's kind of like adapting the half double crochet to Tunisian crochet like we did with the double crochet down here and the triple crochet over here. But overall, not too bad, a pretty fun way to add in some extra texture to projects. And what's super fun is you can also use this kind of hybrid technique to do more advanced things. So I'll show you this project that I worked on, and actually I have a pattern available for this on my Etsy store if you want to check it out. But this project uses the kind of hybrid stitch technique. So here, you know, these are like sections of just Tunisian simple stitch. My rows are working back and forth this way. But then here's a row of triple crochet kind of hybrid with the Tunisian stitch. Is another color? But then here I basically did this crisscross treble stitch that was a combination of regular crochet stitches and Tunisian crochet stitches. So as you can see, it really creates a lot of fun texture in your projects. And it's nice because Tunisian crochet has a front side and a back side, and this allows you to work your crochet normal stitches with it, but still keep a front side and a back side to your project. Like I said, if you want to check this project out, it's available on my Etsy store, the pattern for this, and I'll link it down below or maybe in the card somewhere. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've ever tried this before, and if you haven't tried this before, let me know what project you're going to use it for. But that's what I've got for today. Thanks for watching and happy crafting.